So in this class we are going to discuss about calculator app. In the calculator app, why do we need the calculators? So the basic idea of calculators is to simplify the complex computations, right? For that we will use calculators. So in this particular class, we are going to discuss implementation of the calculator. So for implementation of the calculator, what are the technologies we use in this particular tutorial? That is HTML, CSS and ReactJS. If we are using ReactJS, then JavaScript by default it includes. Okay, right? So first of all, once we know the technologies and why do we need the problem, why do we need the implementation of the problem? If you know these two things, then we can go to the installation process. In the installation process, first you need to download this node.js file. This is the link which is given. You can download from here, whatever it is, Windows, Mac or Linux, whatever it is, you can download it and install. Once you installed, once node.js is done, then you can install code editors. Any editor you want to install, you can install any code editor. That is Visual Studio Code Editor or Sublime Text Editor or Atom Editor. Anything is fine. Any editor is good, and you can use your convenient, which is convenient to you. You can use that editor. But most of the times I use Visual Studio Code, so I prefer to go with Visual Studio Code because in most of the times I use this code editor for any coding. Okay, next. So the basic idea to, after downloading the editors and you can install that editors, then do one thing. Start, create a folder in your, where you are there, you can create a folder and do one thing. Move to that folder. In the D disk, I have created a React calculator folder. In that, and move to that folder. Okay, cd that folder. After that, install node modules. We need to install the node modules. What are the node modules commands to install? That is npm install. If you do npm install, what will happen? It will install all the node modules. So here already I have installed this node module, so it is saying that up to date. I can check my version, that I can check the version. I have installed 6.1411, right? After that, once that is done, I will create a React app. We need to, once this is done, we need to create the React app. How can we create that? By using command, that is npx create React app name. Whatever the app name you want to give, you can take that app name. You have to use all the small letters only here. So I will use calculator 1. I use calculators. I use calculators. Okay. I have created and my app name is calculators. Okay. So I am creating that. This I am creating this name, calculators. I am creating with calculators. You can use any name while creating your app. Once this completion, it is taking some time, so I can go through, meanwhile I can go through the steps which we are going to perform in our React app. Okay, so the best thing is, what we can do is, we can do installation steps, right? After installing, we have to calculate the, we need to go through our steps and procedure, right? There is a image colorpicker.com. In that, you can upload any image, you can pick the colors from there. So I'm taking here and I'm taking all the colors. If you click on here and you can select it from here, so that it will say that it is copied. Okay, you can do like this. Once installation done, then we can move. Okay, so in other steps, first of all, what we have to create, we need to have some input for the calculator, right? What are the need we need to have? Some input text, some input text to display the display the this kind of input text we need, right? Display the output, display the output or digits or symbols, whatever that symbols operators. We need to have some text box, right? We need to display all the numbers and everything somewhere, right? So that is the one thing. And second thing is we need to have buttons for the calculator, right? We need to have buttons, right? Still it is taking some time. We need to have the buttons and we need to use it in, we can have many methods. We can have many methods in by using some method we can make this format. Any method that is fine, and you can use some method and we can make the this format. And here one more thing, for every button, each button we should identify, right? We need to identify, button should have some identifier, button should have identifier, right? Because we need to identify, oh, 9 is coming, so we need to have some identifier. We need to color this, we need to have some identifier. For all this we need to have some identifiers and we'll do that thing. Okay, right? Then once that is done, once installation is done, we'll going to look at all the things which we are. First of all, we'll set up the our body. First of all, we'll take the our container and we'll set up the body. Then we'll do the properties for our calculator. We need to have some border and everything. Then whatever the buttons, for these buttons we will make, for these buttons we'll make the some display kind of thing. Okay, how can we use this? By using some css we can make it, which are the things we can use it, we'll look at there. And then input, whatever this input text field is there, right? For this text field we will put that, we will use that some of the styling is here and we make sure it looks good. Then we will adjust these buttons in some form. Okay, after that we'll take these special symbols are there, right? Clear and everything, we'll have some these special operators and we have some styling for this. Then we'll go for the functionality of the calculator. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm going to start with the I'm going to start. So it installation is done. Installation is done. See what are the things it has installed. It installed everything. So now what we have to do, see, once app is created, then move to the React app. whatever the app we created, move to that app. So cd, that is cd calculators. I'm moving to calculators. Okay, now what I will do is npm start. You need to start the your server, because then only you are able to see all the code which you are developing over there. Okay, okay. So yeah, you are able to see, right? Server is loading here, and you got all these things, right? Your calculator app is here, and whatever the things you want to edit here, this is the major one you need to edit here. So what I'm doing is I'm changing this to constant app for better understanding and purpose. These are the basic things. Okay, and here I want to test, I want to delete everything, and just I want to test that calculator. I will put it in h1 tag, and I will look at it is coming or not, it is giving or not. See, it is changed, right? Instantaneously it is changed, right? It is changed, it directly changed. So I'm removing that logo as well. Okay, so whatever the edit here, if I make it text and save it, so it is changed immediately, it is changed, right? So what I'm going to do is let's keep them as it is. If we get any error, then we'll look at there. Okay, first of all, I will create uh, I need to allocate this in center, right? I will delete everything which is not required as of now. Okay, the body, I'm creating the body, which what are the things in my body I need to have? I need to have in the body that the content should be in the place of content in the place of center, right? Whatever the content, that should be in the center, that should be in the center. That means whatever the items, align item, that should be center. And the content, we need to justify that content should be in the center, right? Center. And display, that should be plex display. For all this we have nice tutorials over here, right? Okay, now in this, what are the things, major things we want? We want to have, first of all, a class which is having input type, right? Which is having input type. In this class we need to have input that, what is the input? Text field, right? That is text field which should take all the value equal to digits. Let's put the digits over here. Okay, what if I save this? See, the input text I created, and I put this in digits. D. Okay, I got this, right? But now I got it, because I need to have whatever the type, whatever the we type in the calculator, whatever we type in the calculator, that should show over here, right? That should come over here, right? That's why I have some text field, whatever the I type here, whatever the button I press here, that should come over in this particular, this one, in the text box, right? So now what I need to do, I need to have buttons, right? I need to have buttons. So I'm taking some class button types, or you can say buttons is fine, or button type is good actually. Okay, button type, I'm taking button type is good one. Okay, so if I create button, let's say clear, let's say clear. So is this working? Yeah, button is coming, right? So how many buttons do we need to have? How many buttons we want to have? And for each button we need to have this button. I need to have some. First of all, we'll create all the buttons. We'll create all the buttons. What are the buttons we require? Operators are around 5, right? So these are all the buttons, and if we make it 7, 8, 9 minus and 4, 5, 6 multiplication 1, 2, 3 division and 0 and having dot and having equal. Let's have these buttons for now. Okay, if I save this, yeah, all the buttons has been designed, right? All the buttons came. We need to arrange all the buttons in the form of look like a calculator, right? In the form of calculator, right? So before I'm allocating each button in the form of, first of all I want to I want to design this particular app container. I want to design a view. I want to give you some design for this app. Okay, so what is that app I want to give the design? The design is app.cs. The text center should be in the center. Text alignment is the center, and I want to bring this down. I want to bring this down. So I'm allocating top around 40%. Okay, top 40% and left 40%. Okay, top is 40% and left is 40%. Okay, and position I'm giving absolute for this and transform. So this will a transform will use it. It will shift the position. It will shift the position. We have see how it changed. And look at it. After giving this, if I give minus 20, what will happen? See, it moved, right? It moved sometime. It moved to somewhere, right? It exactly middle now. See, if I have 50% over here, then see it is in the left side, it is decreasing the size. If I increase that, then it is exactly middle now. Okay, we have bunch of the transformation things. You have lot of W3 schools have a lot of examples, very nice examples in that. Okay, you can look at, if you want to more about that, you can look at there. And let's say I want to have some width, right? I want to have this particular calculator some width. I will take some 356 px. Okay, now I want to have border, right? We need to have border. We need to have border. I'm taking 15 pixels solid. I have colors. Let's take black for now. Okay. Let's take black for now. See, this came right. Just I used black for now. So there are colors in the here. You can pick any color. Always you can pick the colors from here. See, whatever the color you want to have background in the background, you can pick that color and you can put it over here. Okay. Now it will change. Once border is done, then what I'm doing, I'm allocating entire the background color. What is the background color I can use? I can use the background color black for now. Okay, everything is changed. Border is see light black and inner is very black. Okay, so the calculator I want to make this 90 degrees to some point of some degree. I want to make this as not 90 degrees. I will use border radius. Border radius, I will take some 25 pixels. We'll see how it looks. See, very nice. Very nice, right? By using this, it made very nice. If you don't want to this, you can remove this border pixels. Then it gives a much better one. Okay, this is nice. So I will use 25 pixels. Okay, then the text align will be in the center. Okay, after that we have all these things. Now what we have to do, we have to make these buttons in the form of calculator. It is like this only, but we can use this is the calculator, but it's not looking very nice, right? For looking great, what we have to do, for looking great like this, what we have to do, we have to use some of the techniques in the css. So what I'm saying is, if you can use that in the css and you can make that looks great. So how can you do that? I'm using one of the css format. It has many formats. You can use any format and you can do the styling, but I'm using one of the best format. I'm using one of the one of the good format. You can use anything, everything is good. It's totally depends on you. Whatever the design you want to use, you can use it. It's up to you, but you can design it in any way. This is one of the thing I'm using. Okay, so what is the my class name? This is the button type, right? First of all, I would like to make here, this is the button type. For this button type, this is the class name. For class, what we will do, we'll use dot button type and grid. I am making grid, display grid, right? So it is like display grid, display grid. Look at there. So it changed, right? Display grid means it changed. All the things will come like this. Now I would like to make the change over the column ones, right? I want to make that columns like template columns. I use template columns and repeat. This says that I would like to have 4 columns in my css. I would like to have 4 columns, 1 2 3 4. So I want to make 4, and whatever the free space available, fraction of space available, it should clear that fraction of space available. So what will happen? See, something is changed, right? 1 2 3, all these are changed. Now what I'm doing, I want to make the size of each one. I want to make that grid auto rows. This will make the min max size. So if I take 70 pixels of my size and auto, remaining thing will be auto, then what it gives, see how it changed. Very nice, right? Very nice. If I have 65 pixels, how it looks. See, it changes something, right? So we'll have 70 pixels in between. Nice, very nice. 75 also very good. You can use it, depends how much you want, how much height you want, everything you decide, and based on your interest you can create, right? So that is done. We have some format of everything, right? Now let's make it on this type. Let's make on, we need to increase this type, right? This, whatever the text we entered here, whatever the buttons we press, that should come here. And for that we need to make this styling for that input type. We have input, we have input type, that is a text. Input type, input tag, we have input tag, and the type is text. So let's say height, we need to have some height, right? It is very low, we need to have height. Let's say I'm taking some 80 pixels. Okay, I'm taking that 80 pixels, right? Then width, I will have width, I will have width 349 pixels. I have width of 349 pixels. I have width of, yeah, here I'm using a type text equal to height is 80 pixel and width is 349, right? But here it is not getting increased. Maybe there is issue. Yeah, here this should be type, not a text. Okay, sorry for that. Yeah, look at there. Look at there. It is increased. The size is increased, right? Let's take this is 348. We'll see. Yeah, exactly. It is sufficient now. Exactly. It is very nice, right? Once that is done, what I'm going to do is I want to, let's keep it white only. Yeah, let's keep that as white. And I'm taking border. See, these things I want to keep it border. It is 90 degrees at the corners, right? So that I will take border radius and I will take 5 pixels. Okay, that is 5 pixels. Now it changed, right? See, if you take it 10 pixels, you will observe the change. Yeah, nice. And then the whatever the enter digit, see, look at here. This digit is very small, right? I want to increase that to font size. If it is very small, then you are not able to do it, right? So let's take 28 pixels. How it looks. Yeah, it is good, but I want more. Yeah, now it is visible. Great, right? Not only that, I want to increase that looks like bold around, if I take 700, the values here we can take from 100 to 900. If I take 400, how it looks? See, very small, right? That's why I'm taking 700 over here. Okay. Now it looks great. But in the calculator, all the values should come from right side, right? So what we need to do? Text align. Text align should be in the right, right? Text align should be in the right. See, it moved to right side. Okay. Then we need to have, see, all the digits. These are, there is no space in between them, right? You can have some space. You can have like 2 pixels. Yeah, now it's okay, right? Or you can have 1 pixel. Yeah, 1 pixel is good because if you do not have anything over there, all are combined. So you will have at least one pixel, or it depends on you, right? Can have color, okay, we can keep it color is black only, there is no issue in that. Then once, see, almost everything is done, right? We have done everything in the this calculator, right? So one thing I need to do now, I would like to change this margin, border and everything. I want to change this border and everything. So how can I change that? So to identify each button, I need to have some identifier, right? Let's say id is equals to, I need to have uh, identifier, like it is a digit, make it digit. I need to have digit. I will create every identifier as digit. Okay, I need to identify, right, each one, or symbol. You can make anything, it is fine. Digit, symbol, everything is fine, but you should have one identifier to identify each and every one, each and every button, right? Okay, now what I will do is take a, I will take, I want to modify, I want to have some margin, border, and background color, and this font, even that size of the digit should change everything, right? So what I will do, I will that identifier, I will use digit, and I'm going to change the margin first. If I use margin 5 pixel, what happened? See, this is changed a lot, right? This is changed a lot. Now, if I use border radius, let's say 10 pixel, yeah, these are very nice, right? Looks like very good. Looks like very good. Then I want to increase the size of each button, that is each digit, font size. So for this, I kept 30. I use some 24 over here. Yeah, it is looking nice. 24 is looking nice. So font weight, even here I want to have some font weight so that it will looks more. Yeah, it is looking very very nice, very very nice. Okay, and color. Let's keep a black hole. I will take some background image. So it will give you the two colors, gradient colors, right? I will pick the colors from here. So I will pick the black color, and I use one more color from here only. See, this is changed a lot. This changed a lot, right? This is changed now. But the buttons are looking like they went inside. But we'll take one more color. That's not good. We'll take one more color. Yeah, this is good, I think. Yeah, okay. Now, these buttons are now black, right? I want to make them as white or something else. So color should be white if I make that. Yeah, these are looking nice, looking great. Okay, then whenever I go here, it should show that there should be a cursor where hand, right? That is pointer. Cursor should be the pointer. So that whenever, see, before that it was cursor only, now it is pointing, right? It is pointing. We have implemented, but okay, that is done. Once everything is done, we need to set some colors for these as well. Okay, we'll see that colors for these as well. Like we'll use clear button. For clear button, we'll use grid column. We are changing that start grid column start at one. I want to have this clear button to the two buttons. Okay, starts one and grid column end at three. Okay, you don't notice this. I will put that in clear. Okay, digit and clear. Wait a second. Yeah. So here what I will do is I will take this clear as class. I will take this clear as class name that is clear. That's actually better. Okay. Yeah. Now it is looking nice, right? But here the properties are changed. The entire digit properties are changed. So what we have to do, we need to include that digit properties over here. So what I do is a digit. I need to have digit property as well, clear property. Will that come? No, it is not coming. Maybe okay. Okay. I will do one thing that yeah. For all these values, right? Okay. You can do like we can have these things. Okay. So here I used one is digit and column, but some of the changes are required here. But now for our solution, I'm going with this one. Okay, clear one. Okay, let's keep that, and I will have some here also class name with that is result, right? That is equal bar. That is result. So whatever that result bar here, I want to make that dot result in which I want to make this entire thing visible over there. Okay. So here the result will start at 3 and end at 5, right? It is start at 3 and end at 5. Start at 3 and the grid row is 5. The grid row is 5. The grid row is RE. Yeah, grid row is 5, right? Yeah, now it changed. Okay, but here I want to have different colors over here. So how can I have different colors? So you have like this, and you can copy this, you can copy it, and this is the result bar. So you have the one, and the second color will be I'm taking dark color, kind of dark. Okay, this is changed actually, but it is not reflecting over here. I don't know. That has to be reflected, but not reflecting. Okay, maybe it has to. Where I changed the result, this one only, right? But it should reflect. Okay, I will do this ID as. I will remove that. Okay, that's better actually. Uh, Sorry for this. I am removing this as ID as, or you can make it as ID equal to clear and ID equal to result. That's might be better actually, because identifier should be, we need to identify easily, so that will be the better one. Okay, I can take this as identifier. Okay, and even this as identifier, not in the class name. I am taking it as identifier. I'm taking it as identifier. Okay, okay, this is the identifier, and I have one more. I need to make this color change, right? How can I make that color change? I can make that color change using this one. So I will take that color like that. This one, right? I'm making that color change. I'm picking the colors from here. You can look at here. This is the image color picker, and I'm picking the color from there. Okay. So it changed. Now I would like to change the result for operators. That is, if I take operator, that is identifier. If I use identifier over here, so I want to change the color of that identifiers. So how can I change the identifier color? I have taken everything. Okay, these are the base things. What are the operators? This is the operator. Okay, see that is changed. And minus is the operator, and digit is the operator, and dot. So everything is, all these are changed, right? So here want to have different color over here. So I will take this different color, that is this one. I will take light color, and I will have it an operator, that is okay. And one more color, I will pick up that of this. Okay. So you understand, right? What are the things we are changing all the times? Okay. Okay. For this operator, for that calculator also, I will put this operator only. For C also, I will put this operator only. Okay. This is also backspace. I put the operator. I can say that I can put a clear, that operator is fine. That is good. Okay. So this is the basic design for the entire calculator. Okay. Now entire design is done. Now what we have to do? Now we need to implement the functionalities. So what are the, first of all, base functionalities? The basic functionality of this is, we need to implement the all the digits we need to get get it on the input text, right? For that, what I have to do, I will define a hooks component, that is, I will take constant. I will First of all, I will import that. Import use state, use state. Okay. I will import this use state, that is initial, from React. Okay. Now use state, that is will take result. Okay. That result I will put it in result. I will put that as in result. Okay. This initial state will be the, let's say, test. Make it that test. Okay. Result, set result use state that. Okay. Okay. Whatever the result I am putting in place of result, in place of value. See, the test is comes here, right? Whatever the value we assign to result, that will show here, right? Now one thing you should notice, that what we have to do is, we need to do what we have to do, we need to have this kind of thing, right? Because once click on this any button, it should reflect over there, right? Okay, first of all, on click any button, on click any button. Let's take from here, on click any button. On click, what happen? It should happen, it should do something, right? We'll call handle click. We'll call the function handle click. So what is the handle click? We'll define the handle click, that is constant handle click is equals to, will return the all the values which are. So here we need to set up the handle click. What is the set result? Set result will be the like this, and result dot, what is the value we are getting? Value, whatever the value we are getting, that value to, we need to convert that value dot target dot name, right? So what is the name we are getting? Whatever the symbol, that is the name we should get. So name is equals to whatever the symbol, right? Whatever the symbol, that is plus, we should get plus over here. Okay, we should get plus over here. And the initial state, now I am taking it back negative. So if I click on, I have added only one thing, that is plus button. It is working. Yeah, it is absolutely working. So what I have to do, if it is working, I will implement for everything, right? So I will implement for all the buttons. I'll implement for all the buttons. Okay, I'll implement for all the buttons. This is the 7 and 8 and 9, right? This is the minus, which is 4. This is the 5, which is 6, which is a star, that is a multiplication, which is a 1. The button is 2, and this button is 3, and this is a division operator, right? And the digit is 0, and the name dot. This is the dot, right? See, except one clear button, this button, and equal button, we added every button. We'll check for that. We'll check for everything. We'll check for everything. See, plus is added 7, 8, 9, minus 4, 5, 6, star, 1, 2, 3, 0. See, except these three buttons, we have implemented everything, right? See, now I don't want all this. I want to go back. How can I go back? I can't write. So how can I go back? I need to go back. So what I will do is on click C button. What I have to do? On click C button, I will implement backspace. I will implement a function that is a backspace. How can I do that backspace? By using constant backspace function. Okay. In this, what I have to do, set result equal to result dot slice 0 to result dot length minus 1, right? Whatever the length available before, we need to back one step, right? We check it that it is working or not. See, 4, 5, everything is going back, right? See, if I enter anything again, we'll check it. So can we use any other method other than this result dot length minus 1? Every time we are minusing 1, right? Can we use this minus 1? Will this work? Yeah. So here you can use, or you can use this one. Both you can use. There is nothing in the wrong to use particular one. So that is done. Now I have added all these things. Many things I have added. See, one thing you notice that I added these many things, right? Now, to cancel these many things, I'm taking much time. I have around 20 buttons. This is taking much time. So I want to cancel everything one button, one click. So I want to implement click. On click, what I am doing, clear input. I am making that empty, total empty. That is constant clear input is equals to, that is set result. What I'm doing, I'm making entire thing to, I'm making everything. That means set result. That means I'm making empty, right? This entire thing I'm making it as empty. Yeah, gone, right? Whatever the result I'm included, if I click, it's gone. That means it is done, right? So here one thing you notice that this function, how it is working. If you observe that, it returns the array, the use state method. This use state method returns the array. You wonder how it is going and how it is acting, everything, right? But here there is a beautiful function that use state, that is, it returns an array of object. The first one, this is the stateful object variable. Whatever the stateful object, that is, it returns the result, first object one, this one. And that set result, it is the update to the result, whatever the values are updated, and each value it enqueue to the result. Okay, each value, whatever the updated value, whatever the value we put, that will be updated, right? What we done, it enqueues the empty string. That means we clear the all the strings, whatever the before there, we clear every string, right? By using this we can clear everything. Okay, that is the thing. Now see, every button is working except the last button. Okay, except that last button, every button is working, right? Except that last button, every button is working. Okay, now we need to calculate. How can we do that? Constant, we need to have calculate the function. Okay, first of all we need to have some on click this button. Once when we click on this button, on click this button, that is calculate result. When click on this button, it should calculate the result. It should calculate the result. So our function will be in this function. What we need to set result is equals to evaluate. There is a function evaluate which evaluates the result. Okay. So we look at here. Look at here. See 78 plus 9, which gives you the 87. Okay, that's fine. Minus. See, we are getting error, right? So to remove that error, if I use string, what will happen? 87 minus, if you use that, okay, 98 plus 6 is equal to into 6. See, you are getting right. Before, if you are not using string, you got the error, but now you are getting. And one more, I want to say that I entered wrongly, I entered buttons and this one, but it should not say this kind of thing, right? What we will do is I will do that, I will try that. If it is well function, then I will try that. Otherwise I will catch that error and I will put that into set result equal to error, right? So now see, if I enter all this, what it has to give error, right? This is giving exactly what we wanted, right? So from here the everything implementation of calculator is done. So what are the basic we used one react to over here, and the functionalities we used that for each button we have the some functionalities, and we use that most of the times we have taken for the in design which is css design. Okay, so from here I am stopping the class. Thanks for watching.